Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Lions going up against the Seahawks. What a surprise here. There's rain in Seattle as we're off to CenturyLink Field to link up with our broadcast team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, no trip to the... And we're going to get plenty of it here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a good
Lions trying
NFC
to get this
matchup on
dub
tap between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple.
Can't run the ball to save my life.
We get a look now at the offensive starting unit for the Detroit Lions, and one big target they have at tight end is Eric Ebron.
And they are ready for him to fulfill his promise because he was drafted to be a game breaker. Big target, guy who could block at the line of scrimmage, but really get downfield and make plays against defenders, overmatch them. They haven't seen enough of that yet. They want to come to the front in 2016.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular. On the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So
Come on,
Lions. Down, here's Sam Martin to punt it away for Detroit. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's see what's fucking happening. Okay.
And not great starting field position here for the offense.
All right, now look at the shot.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
I forgot. I got rid of my linebacker.
And it'll make it 2nd down. And here's a look at the starting offense.
For anybody out there but Hitchens. In fact, we're going to put Calhoun in.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
3rd and 6.
And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
Ezekiel Ansah out of BYU. We call him Ziggy, and he knows where the quarterback is on every play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up.
Abdullah returned the punt. He's
so
old and so slow.
To get to him and keep him short of the first.
All right, never mind. Go ahead, old man. Go ahead, old man.
Detroit. Amir Abdullah, his second
Go ahead, old man.
On the season, and the Lions are going to take a first.
I spoke too soon. I was talking trash about it.
They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on
Lions got playing all phases
and
of the
teasing
ball.
the guys on offense like, look,
all
don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back.
You going back there, buddy?
In this case, they actually got that done.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball,
let's go.
The biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
They get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They gotta do a better job of scouting, man.
But still, a good first down
I don't even
run.
know
That's
who
what
I'm
offense
really
calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
I don't even know who the weapons are on the field.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before
he big boyed
into
him.
enemy territory.
So get off me, little guy.
21 yards there as they convert
Get
on
off me,
3rd.
little man.
It went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Now back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and
I see what you're doing.
Pardney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep.
Say I
curled it back inside.
see what you're doing.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole
We got something for that.
It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Yeah, we got something for that.
Hurry up, here we go. Leopard. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up. No. Jack, Patriot.
Slot man moves right. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard
Playing mind
line.
games with myself.
4 yards on the pickup, but
I don't
that's
even
good
know
enough to extend
what
the
I'm going to
drive.
do on defense.
2nd and inches is oftentimes
I don't even
an
know.
invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to.
Yeah, let's go.
And it's intercepted.
Run it back.
Darius Slay with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys.
All right, y'all. Now, I know Ben Roethlisberger on the no-pick campaign. No picks.
He's got time in the pocket.
Big Ben.
Being chased out left. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though?
No, he didn't stay in bounds.
Ruled incomplete.
That was a
That
nice
wasn't even
grab.
a
Just
question.
couldn't get the feet down.
Wasn't even
Right?
close.
You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing. Probably need
Big
about a
Ben
half size
on the
smaller
no
to
and the,
complete
we got
that.
12 yards of total offense. What is wrong with the world, man?
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry.
I don't really like how he just broke all up through my line like that.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
That's quite disrespectful, actually.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon.
All my offensive linemen should be offended right now. He didn't even do a move.
A nickel
He
look by
just ran
Seattle
by him.
on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
So much about offense is what you call
That was a real
yardage.
risky pass.
You throw the
I
ball
should
to
have thrown
someone,
that.
they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Seattle now
No turnover, no picks. Can't stop the
something
fumble.
going last drive.
No
Then
picks.
the interception happened. Will they recover?
It's our only goal in
The
life.
memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory,
Lions.
but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that.
Play like
even better.
Lions.
A little bit of ground to make up
Roar.
for the offense as they face a second
Roar
and
like a
11.
lion.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU, was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, the spin. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do
that's a head scratcher right there.
3rd down.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for the guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll drop to throw.
Ooh, I let him go on that one. That was my fault.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Their big tight end, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at
Tie
7
game.
apiece.
Battle of the one-win teams.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Yeah, I think I got my hashtag, the Heartbreak
And
Kids.
this will not be returnable.
I think we're the
It's out of
Heartbreak
back of the
Kids.
end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
That's it.
And a tight
Yep,
game
Heartbreak
after punting
Kids.
last time. See if they can get something going on.
Hashtag it.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. Give him 9.
Why he hitting Eric Ebron like that, man? What Eric Ebron do to him?
Just how tough it is to cover tight ends.
That was way too aggressive.
In the NFL nowadays.
Could have had just a regular tackle.
In that league, I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's Roethlisberger. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football.
All right, what we doing, y'all? 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. It's complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
I was a little nervous
when I
on
see
that
passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing.
Run, 29.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jeff Coat.
A great play there. His 4th touchdown
Cornelius.
of the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
Tough day. Tough
3rd and 11. What we doing on 3rd and 11, y'all?
Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Finding time.
What?
And he will have a 1st down here at about.
He ain't even trying to dive.
Really nice.
That's a good run, I guess.
14 yards and it moves the sticks.
I'm sorry, I could have tried to dive and get him, though.
The mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
Here we go now. Green. Back there. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ziggy Ansah in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Big Ansah.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He sets to fire deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a
Darius Slay.
take this one back to the 36-yard
well,
line.
I don't know if y'all was watching last week, but he was the one that got burnt on that touchdown. That gave the who we lose to last week.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive
Whoever we lost to, it gave them the lead.
Good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Dual shock battery low.
On the play there, and they move the chains.
Where the Charger
And they
at?
pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
So times have changed, right? The old school fullback
Lord have
doesn't
mercy.
really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Going to throw right side.
Hold
here,
it.
Complete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes
He
against
ain't have
the
to
offense
accept
for
that.
holding.
You ain't have to accept that, bro.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with
You
a
know my
2nd
man
and
didn't
12.
mean to hold you. It was an accident.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. So
Come on,
have
friends.
2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Come on, Big Ben.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4.
You know what you must do.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner.
Take that.
And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Here we go.
They'll throw now on the final play. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions.
All right, we made it to
taking the lead at the
halftime
break.
with no picks.
We will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry
First of the
Ridley
season.
standing
We're
by
proud
with
of
our
ourselves.
EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Both
That's all
teams
we've been
appear ready
practicing
for the
all
fight
week
ahead,
is
and we
how to
will
not
zoom
throw
action
picks.
Here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out.
We got a viewer.
They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality
Got
of a
one.
coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
Dude, bro, the play over. Why you still blocking my dude?
Because there's a
The
reason
play
they're
over.
down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ooh,
Some space here.
you know I can't tackle.
Getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the
You know I
49.
can't tackle.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chain.
All right, y'all, we got to press that run.
This game is about patience, isn't it?
Can't let them get us on the run.
Expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right. He struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves,
thank you.
He's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
How many cornerbacks does it take to catch an interception?
On the road for their first possession of the second half. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
they don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss.
You just tuned in to Lions Football Network. Something.
As if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Y'all missed it. We determined that our hashtag will be the Heartbreak Kids.
And they'll go on the ground. Look at this. Middle of the
there you go.
Breakaway. Touchdown, Detroit.
Cornelius.
A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6.
Cornelius.
And his kick is good.
Don't know how he made it through the hole. That's the kind of plays that you can only make in Madden or if you're Le'Veon Bell.
Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25.
Cash money records.
Yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception.
I need to get a better defensive playbook. I feel like I'm super limited.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Yo, he could have died.
There, 10 yards,
that was unsafe.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll run it here. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around.
Come on, Ben.
Excellent blocking, but a guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
He got 83 yards passing.
They were in zone coverage.
Our
there.
offense
You have
is
to be
trash.
Careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving.
That is some straight backup quarterback.
So maybe if you still want to play zone,
rookie quarterback numbers.
And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Sideline passes.
I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Good job, young man.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Roethlisberger, and no escape.
He's too slow.
He'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This finger was not itching.
They take
It
a little
was
time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too
slow.
long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though
Ooh, that was lucky. That was lucky. That's pure lucky.
You still cover the screen. Now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Play number 7
Pure.
now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 6 there on first. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And he'll bang that one through.
Anybody that's been watching our games so far this season knows that 28-7 really doesn't mean anything for a Lions game.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
We got to work on finishing the game.
The interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It's a pickup of 19. And it's good.
All right, defense. I'm going to need y'all to start balling. You're not balling right now. This is not balling.
Like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted
way
we've
too
seen
soon.
in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes
Come
off,
on, Lions.
everyone knows where
Stop
to go
playing
now.
like
They know how to
you
run
want to
routes,
lose.
change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Stop playing like you want to lose.
For 16, and the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Back now in Seattle, Washington.
Come on, Lions.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to
Oh,
begin.
don't go to the parking lot yet.
Red zone opportunity.
Don't go to the parking lot yet.
All right, here we go.
Now back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now come the Lions. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Is that like the only running play in that formation?
When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
That's some line stuff right there, bro.
Take over at the 24-yard.
Can I challenge it? Do they even let you challenge anymore? No. Can't even challenge, huh?
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
You're way too big for that.
Fourth down.
Too big for that, Derrick Henry.
And everybody's going to scream at the offense.
Man,
Let's give
like
a lot of credit to the
260
defense on
pounds.
that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
That'll be out of bounds.
That was a crazy punt, yo.
They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Cost them.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they...
And now here is another interception. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something
Okay,
like that,
Killer
partner?
What do you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Come on, Lions.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get
I
this one
should've known
across
better
the
than that.
35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Now that run is one to build on, and I know it sounds like a cliche and it seems like a simple thing, but truthfully, coaches are always looking for something to pull out of a tough day. And right now, this team has had one of those. So that run there, I guarantee that's a clip and save as they move forward and look towards the next game. And he'll tell his team, this is what we're looking for. This is what we planned for. Let's have more of this to start games as opposed to getting it at the end. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down.
Way to fight off the block,
47
Sherman,
this time.
against your old
8 yards
team.
on the pick up there, and it moves the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play.
That was the most
and
aggressive
sometimes it
swat.
can break big. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. It's caught. Lockett. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30.
I got to hang in that zone, man.
There at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately
fall
taken
on
down
his
at the
face.
line of scrimmage. Just a yard
Fall
on
on
the
your
first
face,
down
Tom.
carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle.
Oh, I wanted that.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
I swear I can't hear my kids cry.
Coming up. Gonna give this time to the tailback. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Hawker's kick here is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points.
I think the Lions might.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
For the victory.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense?
I got to learn how to run the ball,
the
yo.
Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining.
Everything I love.
Here in the 4th quarter.
There was a lane there.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Bad decision. Probably going to end up just taking a sack.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
How he dropped that?
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those wrap yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
I don't know what else to say to bro. It's embarrassing. You might have to get cut.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with 1 complete. That catch good for 5.
I mean, that's that kind of stuff that gets you
when
cut.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. And Detroit getting set to go now. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. this feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around.
Ben Roethlisberger.
They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Ben Roethlisberger, man.
And the Lions
gets
will
the
take
dub
the
in
knee
his
here
first
with
start
victory in the
as a
cards.
Lion. The $14 million man. The $14 million
The
man.
forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But
Didn't throw a
two
touchdown
teams,
pass.
They had fun getting dirty out there. They love the
But he
slop.
didn't throw a pitch.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big
Look at
blob
that.
of green on
That's
the
some
radar,
coach.
I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah,
Coach
and
to
that's
coach
why
love.
I'm glad
Both
you
know
took
what
my
it's like
advice.
to
Your
not
notes
win a lot of
laminated,
games.
because, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
What are they talking about? All right, so I gotta work on the highlights. I'm gonna kill the stream, but just looking at the stats real quick, Jason Talley had a rough outing, had 6 picks, forced a lot of passes, trying to make that comeback. Roethlisberger was able to just, not do a whole lot, just not lose, basically, is what he had to do. Jeff Coat and Bronson both had good games on the ground. Receiving-wise, nobody did much of anything across the entire board, but I guess Zach Silva looking like one of the better receivers on the day. And then my man Stone with the big 54-yard. I think that was the one where he shoved me off the ball like I was a little kid. Had a couple sacks. Slay had a great game. Russell and Killebrew. So Slay, after getting that long contract, I guess decided to show up and play. So, all right, I'm about to kill the stream, do my little highlight thing. Finally got a dub for the Lions. Good game from the Seahawks. Hard fought. Let me send him right. Yeah, my man just said that was the messiest interception ever. Absolutely. Send my man that good game tweet. All right, killing the stream.